We got a brand new Light and Darkness Dragon and brand new level 8 Dragon support. Yes, that's for you Blue Eyes players. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Yes, that's right. We got brand new Light and Darkness Dragon support and retrains of Dark and Light and Dragon of all things here. So this is the brand new Light and Darkness Dragon, and this card looks beautiful. This is one of the coolest design cards I've seen. By the way, this is 3,000, and in order to summon this thing, it's going to be a little bit rough. It's going to be a level 8 Light Dragon plus a level 8 Dark Dragon. They are definitely keeping to the canon side of the universe with this, but you have to be able to fusion summon this card, alright? You're not getting this by any other methods. Must be fusion summon. While face up on the card, this is also a dark monster, so enjoy your Super Poly Vacuum. And then once per chain, when a spell or trap card or a monster effect is activated, this card loses exactly 1,000 attack and defense, and if it does, negate that activation. No, it doesn't destroy, but it does actually blank out the entire negation for you, so mission accomplished on that. And then if this card is destroyed by your opponent, you can target any dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it. It does not bypass summoning conditions, which I really had hoped that it would, but this card, basically you're going to be getting 3 negates on this, which is exactly kind of your value. Remember, the original Light and Darkness Dragon did get 4. It's kind of a little bit of a downgrade, but 3,400 attack points makes the card stronger than its actual predecessor, which is pretty good. Then we have Light and Sublimation Dragon, and for those of you that have been wanting some potential Blue Eyes support along the way, or something that you could be able to try to use this stuff for, well, this is for you. So 2,600, 2,100, you can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So you can banish a level 8 dragon monster from your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand, and you cannot special summon monsters for this turn except for dragon monsters. Name some Fallen of Albaz fusions that you can feed off of this. The original Light and Dragon fusion, the original Dark and Dragon fusion, all of those basically fuel on into this. During your main phase, you can fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters in your hand or field as material. So yes, this actually gets you the ability to toggle on in to the big guy. I'm glad to see that the level 8 dragons that they have made for this archetype actually are able to be used and harnessed for this. And then when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can make this card lose exactly 500 attack and defense, and if you do, the opponent's monster loses 1,500 attack. My only major concern about that is your opponent's probably not going to be attacking you while this card's on the field, as your opponent has definitely read this card and is fully aware of what this card does. Most Yu-Gi-Oh! Players do have an inept ability to read, though, as we have learned, so maybe somebody will fall for the old trickaroo for this, but it's a level 8 extender, the Luxian Dragons. Anybody, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon? And then we have Dark and Evaporation Dragon. This card looks sick. Like, this is everything that I have wanted to see for new support. Like, it's so cool. So this is level 8 Dark Dragon. You can only use the first, second, and third effect, or first, second effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can banish a level 8 monster that from the extra deck. That's Dragon. Special summon this card. Yay! Guess what? Same thing out here. You can banish Dark and all those little friends along the way, and then we can activate one of these following effects. So, we can either fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as material, or we can target one other attack position monster. This card loses 500 attack and defense, and if you do, get to destroy that target. Now, I really hate how this one is worded differently than the other one, because this one forces you to choose the 2 effects, while this one, its skill is on the defensive side of things. They don't want you to be able to kind of toggle out with this. So the fact that you're forced in here to make these choices, This card, or the text in the proxy says other, while the text in the box does not specify if it can't be target or if it can't target itself. We're assuming proxy is correct and we'll update the official. Okay, so it makes sense that it wouldn't be able to actually target itself. That's kind of interesting. And then we have an Armed Dragon card here. Yes, Armed Dragon actually joins this archetype here for things that you can do here. So, Night Harmed Dragon on a level 3, 1400 attack, 1900 defense. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So if you special summon a level 5 or higher dragon monster or monsters, you can special summon this card from our hand. Well, don't mind if I do. I'll go ahead and I'll take my free extender onto the field. On special summon, you can make this card's attribute and level become one of your banished dragon monsters. So if you summon out the Light End Dragon, for example, and then you have this, you can go ahead and special summon this on out, and then you can go ahead and make this become essentially Dark End Dragon Shadow so that you can use this as a fusion material now that it's counting as a level 8. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one dragon monster you control, gains 1000 attack, and neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. So they want you to be able to target that big Light and Darkness Dragon fusion that you just made, and they want you to be able to give it an extra 1000 attack. That way, you know, when it bumps itself down, it's still going to remain at those 3400 attack points. That way you're not really losing anything along the way. They don't want you to suffer from the downsides of these cards. That's why they printed the neither player can activate cards or effects in responses, because they don't want you to negate this. They're like, that would literally be worthless. Then, this is one of the best cards in the set, personally, here. This card is crazy. So this is a quick play spell card. It's called Dragon's Glory of Light and Dark. Activate one of these effects, but you can only use each of the effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can shuffle one level 8 dragon monster from your hand into the deck, and if you do, you can add a level 8 dragon monster with a different attribute from your deck to your hand. Did you want to shuffle that Blue Eyes White Dragon back into your deck and toggle for something else? You can. You want to toggle for a Chamber Dragon Maid? You want to toggle for a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon by shuffling it? This card toggles for any of these level 8s. Yeah, it's on an inherent -1, sure, but that's fine, alright? So other effects here, we can also target one dragon monster you control. It gains attack equal to its level times 200. That's pretty good. Or when a card or effect is activated that targets a dragon monster or monsters you control, you can negate that effect. I'm not a super huge fan of that last part, but Konami really likes to kind of set up some things here. And of course, this is the full glory of the card. This is your quarter century for the Light and Darkness Dragon. This card is beautiful. Light and Darkness Dragon, like I said, is one of my favorite cards in the game, and the fact that they gave it a fusion monster is one of the coolest things you could ever have. In addition, they actually gave you the ability to play this support with the new Photon Galaxy stuff if you want to. This stuff works with Blue Eyes. This stuff works with the Chamber Dragon Maids. Alright, it's a little bit more gimmicky, sure, and that's fine. Gimmick is always acceptable at certain points, but the fact that we can play this card, and once again, I can't wait to get super polyed with this thing floating on out here. But that is our Light and Darkness Dragon support. I'm so excited. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.